Have you met an American Indian before?
No. Is this the Indians here?
I've read something about it and I'm completely on their side.
Have you met an American Indian before?
No, I haven't, no.
Have you ever met an American Indian before?
Never. Well, I did. I met one in New York once. I was quite surprised.
Have you met an American Indian before?
No, I haven't. Are they being affected by operations of the Pacifico?
Before the white men came,
they got rid of the buffalo so they could get rid of the Indians. Here we are 100 years later, now they're getting rid of the fish to get rid of Indians. It's being used as a weapon against us right now.
most of the salmon are gone.
Let our river flow. Let it flow strong.
Thank you.
CBMI service BD590 to Manchester. Please bring report to a member of staff at gate number 8.
We're in Edinburgh, Scotland, and we are here because we want to bring our salmon home to the Upper Basin. Scottish Power owns the dams that are blocking our fish from being able to return to their native homeland.
The Klamath River is one of the 3 largest rivers in the West. The western portion of the river drains the rugged Klamath Mountains. The lower Klamath region begins with the confluence of the Trinity River. This place is called Wichipek. The Yurok tribe lives in this downriver region. Upstream on the Trinity lies the Hoopa Valley and the Hoopa Indian Reservation. The Middle Klamath region is the ancestral homeland of the Karuk Indians. Together, these are the 3 largest tribes in California. The Klamath tribes live in the Upper Basin. The Upper Klamath Basin grows high-quality alfalfa and other crops in a high desert environment. This alfalfa, grown in this desert climate, requires lots of water and intensive irrigation systems, including water diversions, reservoirs, and dams. These dams create a barrier to fish passage to the Upper Basin. Historically, salmon used to spawn high up the Klamath Basin, but now they are blocked by the first dam, Iron Gate. This is the end of the line for the salmon trying to migrate upriver. Industrial agriculture in the Upper Basin has much political and financial power. The Farm Bureau and local governments continue to pressure for more water diversions. Activities in the Upper Basin, such as water diversions, are felt downstream, in the Mid-Klamath region especially by Native Americans whose culture evolved with fish.
The acquisition, preparation, and consumption of food plays an important cultural and spiritual role for Karuk people.
My grandmother told me that we were responsible to get fish to our people, so in order for the fish to survive, we're supposed to, we eat fish, so it's kind of like we're obligated to get fish to our people, especially our elders.
Early anthropologists in this area
described the Karuk, Hoopa, and Yurok people as amongst the wealthiest people in California when they came to this region. And the reason for that was because of the incredible wealth of salmon in this area. For the last 150 years, the Karuk Tribe in California has gone from one of the richest, wealthiest people in the state of California to the poorest.
Poverty and hunger rates are amongst the highest in the state and nation. About 90% of tribal members in Siskiyou County live below the poverty line. Lack of traditional food leaves Karuk people with basic issues of food security. The devastation of the resource space, especially the fisheries, is also directly linked to the unemployment and low socioeconomic status of Karuk people today.
The economy down here in the lower river is such, is pretty much devastated. All the fishery communities and such are devastated by, the unhealthy riverine system.
It is estimated that before contact with white people, Karuk tribal members consumed approximately 1.2 pounds of salmon per day. Today, that amount is down to 5 pounds per person per year.
Back in the day, everything we ate was good. I mean, it was high quality. Deer meat. Especially salmon. And then you have all your eels and all your birds and things like that. All the medicinal plants that we used to eat. Instead of having healthy food to eat, fish. We're kind of relegated to eating commodities that the government gives out as, that's our subsidy. Commodities. High starch food, things that aren't so healthy. The materials that we're based, the Karuk people are, pretty much, I'll say, forced to eat.
Because of the shift in diet, tribal members experience higher rates of health problems, including diabetes at twice the rate of the national average, and heart disease at 3 times the rate of the national average.
In the spring of 2002, Gail Norton, the Secretary of the Interior, traveled to the Upper Basin to rally farmers around diverting water. Fearing the worst for their fisheries, the downriver tribes protest excessive water diversions. As the tribes predicted, the next summer saw the worst fish kill in U.S. history. Over 30,000 adult salmon were killed by lack of water. After examining the fish, scientists found that most of the fish died from overcrowding due to low water flows and excessive stress from high water temperatures. Carrying dead salmon from the fish kill, the tribes returned to the Upper Basin.
I have the honor to serve as the chairperson for the Yurok tribe. My name is Susan Maston, and again, for those of you who weren't here this morning, I started off with Skuetnakoi. Good morning. This is not acceptable to us. We are fishing people. The fish are who we are. We depend on it for our very existence. It's our spiritual, our cultural well-being, and we will not tolerate another fish kill.
Today, these fish are the buffalo of our time. We've had to live with broken promises for generations.
My name is Leif Hillman. I'm a ceremonial leader for the Karuk Tribe, and I'm not here to talk as a politician. I'm here to speak for the fish. Through our ceremonies, we give thanks to the fish. The fish come back here to give themselves in honor to the people. This is what they came back to. This is disrespect. This isn't honor. This is disrespect.
What these fish represent here is a travesty of federal policy, a failed water policy not only to the Indian communities but to the entire Klamath River Basin. Who's going to come to the aid of the Indian people today? Who's going to come to the aid of the fish today? Where are the politicians that lined up last year to make political hay for the farming community? Where's the legislation that was drafted to bring millions and millions of dollars to the aid of the farmers last year? Where are they today? Why ain't they here standing up for the rights of the Indian communities, the fishing communities, and the folks that depend upon the rivers today.
These are my children, my nephew right here. We're fishing down at Ishipishi Falls, the only fishery that we have left on 70 miles of river taken from us. Over 100 village sites with fisheries associated with each village site. We have one fishery. We have over 3,000 people that we need to get food for subsistence purposes in one fishery. It's impossible.
I made sure that my children went out on Indian Day and went to the Klamath River and looked, because I told them this is the last time we ever want to see this again. And you'll be able to tell your grandchildren about this, the devastation that happened, but I said I only want you to be able to tell them that it happened one time, 1 year.
By the time they get up in the Siskiyou, where the Salmon River run,
this area doesn't have big business and corporations and jobs of that sort. We have our rivers, and people here rely on the rivers and love them so much. It's just become a function of jobs and caring for the river have become one.
The cold water and good spawning habitat are critical in maintaining the healthy fishery. Spring Chinook enter the rivers in the early summer and move to the top of the watershed. This population is separate from the larger run of fall Chinook.
Historically, the spring run is the abundant run around here. In the last 50 years or so, it's fallen off. It's tapered off quite a bit, and we don't see those fish as much.
These springers used to travel to the top of the Klamath River Basin, but their passage is now blocked by dams. Other species include the coho salmon, listed as threatened on the endangered species list. The secretive green sturgeon lives at the bottom of deep pools in the Klamath and the salmon.
Nobody knew there was so many sturgeon on the salmon. And last year I was getting, up to sometimes 30 sturgeon a day, sometimes 50. And that was remarkable. We had never seen that.
But we also get eels, usually ammocetes. It's a little baby eel. They tend to rear for what we're finding out 5 years in the sand before they emerge and develop eyes and eventually head out to the ocean.
The Klamath Mountain Province steelhead is recognized as a sensitive species. Like the coho, steelhead juveniles spend the entire summer in the freshwater system. This may expose them to more significant threats.
The fish evolved in the system of the cold water refugium situation, if not just past historically, definitely now, in the last, few years, since the dam's been put in, they've relegated to coming to these, critical times of the year where they need cold water refugia to survive.
Well, a lot of the questions I get is, well, how much will a few inches of water do for the fishery? And this particular place right here, a few inches would make the difference between having bullfrogs here like we see now or salmon. If we don't seize the opportunity to restore this 350 miles of habitat that's above Iron Gate Dam and the rest of the dams, then we're really missing the boat, because this is the biggest opportunity for restoration that we've seen yet.
For myself anyway, it's my way of being able to be involved with the land and the place where I live, and I really care about all the living creatures here, so I get to be a part of the whole life cycle here and help to keep this place healthy and help to show other people what this place is about and how it works, how the system works, and how to help keep it healthy, and that with community effort that we can do a lot.
Alligator fighting, take 1. Tribes go to Scotland, take 2.
I'm Craig Tucker. I'm the Outreach Director at Friends of the River, and Friends of the River is here to support the ongoing struggle of the tribes who are trying to fight to bring their salmon home. We're in Edinburgh, Scotland. We're in front of Scottish Power's shareholders meeting, and we brought a message to the shareholders, to their board of directors, and to the people of Scotland that their dams are in the way of the fish that belong to the Native American people, to the fishermen of California, and to all the people of California and Oregon.
Bring salmon home! Bring salmon home!
Well, I don't know what the protest is about here. That's what I was nosying in to try and find out, you know.
Have you met an American Indian before?
No. Is this the Indians here? Oh well, you have a chance of getting it through then if there's negotiations going on. Nothing so?
We're not here to take away your money. We're here to save our fish. Work together. You guys are a green utility, and we depend on you guys. We depend on you to do the right thing, ma'am. Please, do the right thing for us. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
We accomplished what we came here to. We talked to the Scottish Power shareholders, the full Scottish Power board of directors. The stock holders in the company seem genuinely supportive of the message that we're bringing, and they want to see their company be responsible.
Excuse me, sir, are you a shareholder?
Yes.
Do you have a quick comment on the situation with the salmon and the Indians?
We have a tradition in Scotland in the same respect up at Pitlochry. We cured it at Pitlochry. Why doesn't Scottish Power do it over there?
It's good to find out about it.
Great, thank you.
Okay, cheers.
It's our goal to come over here and kind of raise the awareness of these issues as well as supporting the tribes. I mean, I guess the environmental issue is sort of rolled up into the tribal social justice issue. And so we are here first and foremost in support of that.
I've read something about it and I'm completely on their side. I think it's awful that, they're squeezed out of their normal way of living and stuff like that, I'm just absolutely against it.
Great.
I think, it's their land and they should allow them to get on with their own way of living. I heard that the Indians would be here. Yeah, I heard that on the news, that they'd be having a little demonstration, so that's good, but I'm on their side. I don't know if there'll be a special resolution or not today, to discuss it, but hopefully someone will raise it from the floor and get some discussion on it.
It sounds as though the answer might be some kind of salmon ladder. Like in some places in Scotland where they've wanted to dam rivers, they've had to make a series of pools up around the side of the dam so that the salmon can still get up.
Have you met an American Indian before?
No, I haven't, no. The salmon. Well, I have to tell you, I love it. Oh yes, I have read about that now, I have, yes. And it's